This podcast is part of the Frederick Podcast Network. Learn more at listenfrederick.com.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Beers in the Lot. Hey, let me take a second to point you to beersinthelot.com. That's where you can find out all the info about the podcast. You can also find our shop there, and most importantly, the link to our Discord. Join our growing hockey community. You can get there at beersinthelot.com/Discord. So for episode 206, we were all over the place. We talked a little bit about hockey, but we talked about movies. We talked about Johnstown this fall. We were everywhere. So let's just get into it. Kick back and relax. Here we go.
Good evening, gentlemen.
That was some good cracks. That was good
evening.
form out of us. That was like
Crack.
That was a January crack for
Whoa.
us. That's January cracks. That's a mid-season form with those. Hey,
Easy with that January
no,
shit.
that's
buddy.
mid-season form. That's not an October crack. That's not a July crack.
Okay. Just
That
making
was a
sure.
January crack.
We gotta qualify some things. We can't be as vague as normal with the state of the world.
What the fuck?
Calm it down, John.
Stop it.
Aaron, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm repeating. I don't care. I've got
Wow.
a Summer Shandy by Line Kujal.
Oh.
I got a 36 pack, so I got a bunch of
The only 36 pack.
It's going to be summer at your house until next July.
Yeah.
With any luck, it will be.
Oh my God.
What you got tonight, Daniel?
So reached back into the cooler, far back into the cooler, and I have a True North bright and early tropical IPA from up north in Massachusetts. And I forgot my glass, so I had to use my can opener, my pop topper. See that?
Oh, you have one of those things?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. It works pretty good. I like it.
Takes the whole top off the can, so you know.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
Get a little extra
Turn your
aroma.
can into a
you know?
cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for patios.
Yes.
What do you got over there, Riggs?
I have from Burnish Beer Company in Salisbury, Maryland, a Singularity Double Hazy IPA.
Ooh.
This is really good. Really good. And Jonathan, while you're ignoring us, what do you have?
I have a DC Brow, the Corruption IPA. We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, what's new? What's exciting?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just leave it.
I have to admit to you guys, I kind of been living a lie the past couple weeks.
Oh no.
Oh,
Uh, yeah.
oh, really?
Whoa.
So I had actually never ever seen the movie Stripes.
What the?
Yeah,
What a betrayal.
This is shocking.
but I got to watch it with my best friends for the first time, and it was spectacular.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So you.
So at least
you're
the story has a
validating
happy
Dave.
It's always been one of those movies that like I've been meaning to watch, but like just haven't turned it on. And I was actually kind of excited that was the pick this year.
Well,
So
you're validating Dave from Discord, who's changed his name to Dave, never seen stripes.
Wait,
Well, it's never too late.
It's never too late, though.
so do we need to like compile a list and interrogate you on certain films?
No, I've seen a lot of movies. You know this.
Daniel is a man
I-
of culture.
Remember
I
Aaron
do,
used to
but-
joke that like I needed like a DVD rack in my car.
Yeah, this dude had more movies than I'd ever seen. He
I don't
used
know,
to be the
but
movie guy.
not seeing Stripes. I mean that we need to have an interrogation that draws some certain things to light that need to be questioned.
Right. We may need to have an investigation. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, They're, I don't know.
I don't think there's a soul on the planet that's seen every movie ever. You know,
I'm
no,
not
no, that's
saying
not what we're
that.
saying. That's not
We're
what
not saying that. But there's like a certain threshold
movies.
of movies. I think like
I think you went through those movies before. I don't think Stripes was on it.
I think
so-
requirement is a strong word, but and mandatory is an even stronger word. But like strong suggestion, if you will. We'll leave it at that, right? Strong suggestion that you should watch it.
There's nothing
I
wrong
don't
with
know.
that.
I don't know.
I-
Maybe we'll
I like
compile a
this.
list. We'll compile a list at some point. I'll gather a dossier of films for you, and
a dossier.
I'll go over. Me and my co-counsel, Mr. Rigsby over here, will compile a dossier for you to, go over of films.
There's a certain list that I believe is required viewing.
I mean,
certain
it's
list
not
that
like
hasn't been written
I
up
agree with
yet.
that.
Yes.
Daniel,
suppose-
you're
I
not
suppose I agree
you're
with
not
that.
watching baseball. I know you're not watching baseball.
No, I'm not watching.
I know you're
baseball.
not watching Live Golf because no one watches it. And I don't think you're watching like reruns of Deadliest Catch. You have a little bit of time on your hands with no hockey, right?
No, I have no time on my hands. I have three
I said a little
kids.
bit. I said a little bit.
I said a little.
I
bit.
qualified that. A little bit of time.
No,
Little
my
bit.
kids watch TV until
Well, they should.
8:30, and
I-
then
I'm gonna. The kids should watch the films too,
Yeah.
within reason. Within
certain
reason.
ones.
Within reason.
Yeah, certain
yes.
ones. Yeah.
But many of these films that will be on the list, I saw when I was a young child.
Yeah, we turned out all right watching some of those films at a young age, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's all right.
I throw my hands up.
So John,
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think this is interesting coming from you because I know for a fact that there
Oh,
are
here
some
we go.
movies that you have not seen that are definitely on everybody's top 10. I know for
Okay.
a fact.
Go ahead and I'll answer yes or no.
The Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
All right. Different ballgame. Different ballgame.
Boom.
And all right.
You're
And I'll
done.
say this. I'll say
It's
this. All right.
over.
Hold on.
Point
Time
has
out.
been made.
Let me throw some facts onto the court here. So I've watched like 2 or 3 of them complete because of my wife. I have not watched the whole series, and I do know like if
you're
you
making
made
the
certain,
wrong argument, by the way.
I'm just
You're
saying
making the wrong argument.
So like
I'll-
do I know enough? Do I know enough about them?
You're
Like in
making the
terms of if
wrong
someone made a
argument.
reference? Yeah, I could probably like go, yeah. But have I seen them? No, and that's a personal preference. Because some people haven't seen all of Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
But you're
Sure.
holding me to the standard
Sure.
of Lord of the Rings. So why are you being a slave to the question, man? Like,
Because I am
Mhm.
not being a slave. There's the conversation is that there's a group of movies
I
that
agree.
is almost universally accepted as must see movies, right? Right?
If you gave
basically
me
what we're
2 of the
saying,
Lord of the
right?
Rings and I had 17 hours to watch one of them, like they are the director's cut or
Oh,
some
don't
bullshit.
give me that because you love Godfather and Casino. Both those movies
Yeah,
are so
I know.
fucking long.
I know.
Don't give me that.
I know. I'm just harassing you. All right. If you compile like do the top 2. If I had to watch them, which 2 would you do?
you can't just watch 2 of them.
It's a trilogy.
Right.
Which two of the 2 trilogies? Pick 2 out of the 6 Star Wars movies that you have to watch.
Like me personally, if I had to tell you should watch these ones,
Yeah, you're gonna tell me that you
I
can
could
only,
do that. Yeah, I
the
could
2
if I could
movies
go.
are acceptable.
If I can go, well, I'm not saying they're 100% acceptable because you want to complete the full arc. Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about if you could pick singular movies from that and go, these are better than the other X amount of movies. 100%, without a doubt.
Eh,
See,
maybe it's apples.
I'm
and
not saying you
oranges.
have to.
You
You're right, Star
you
Wars
don't
is
want
better.
To,
You're right. I agree. It is apples to oranges. You're right. It's totally different.
Are you
But-
making the argument that an apple is better than an orange, or vice versa?
Well, you got to qualify that because are we talking about a Honeycrisp apple
what
here?
kind of apple? What kind of apple?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I feel like
If
we're
you're
getting
talking
into a
apple-
Seinfeld episode
If you're talking,
here.
all right, 2 things. If you're
What
talking
kind of
about,
apples?
first of all, I'll say this: if you're talking about Red Delicious,
Get
first
out
of all,
here.
if you have to say delicious in the name,
no.
it sucks.
Red
Get
Delicious
out of here.
is
Terrible.
brutal.
That apple's bullshit.
Now we're talking about Honeycrisp. That's a different ballgame, dude.
Honeycrisp, yeah.
Honeycrisp, that's
new.
superior. That's a superior.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Pink Ladies,
Pink Ladies aren't bad.
Yeah, acceptable. Yes.
Galas, yeah.
It's not bad.
Honeycrisp is far and away.
It's the top.
Far
Like,
and away.
it's the best. Yeah.
It's the top.
Yeah. Unmatched, unrivaled,
Exactly.
unparalleled.
Yeah.
Like the Lord of the
It's a
Rings series.
I see
It's
what you're
very
trying
good.
to do here.
I've watched it many times, but it's
Okay,
It's
so if you
not
had to pick,
the
so if you
best.
had to pick 2 films within that, which 2 would you pick?
You can't
Which
watch just
two?
2. You
There-
can't watch just 2.
What are your 2 favorite?
Two favorites from
Everyone
the Lord
has
of the
2
Rings
favorite.
trilogy.
Yeah. What are your 2
No.
favorite?
No,
No,
no.
I don't think that I could pick
This is
two
not-
favorites.
You're asking the wrong question.
I
know
can't
about
single
that.
out one of those movies and say that. Oh yeah, just skip that one. You'll be fine.
Because
Like I couldn't do that. You
No.
won't be fine.
Right.
It doesn't work that way.
Even
Well,
though
I'm fine.
Same-
I'm fine currently as of today after watching none of the movies completely. So you're telling me if I watch 2, I'm still not fine? I don't know about
No,
that.
no, no. Well, no. It's like if you watch, so if you're at 0, then you're fine. If you're at 3, then you're fine. But if you just watch 2, then you're not
There's
fine.
no in between.
You're not fine.
Right.
No.
You either have to watch 0 or 3.
I'll commit to watching those 3. I will at some point.
Yes.
I'll do it.
Yes.
I don't know when. Maybe I'll have some time. Maybe I'll find some time and do it. And I'll report back on my findings. Maybe.
What you're saying is that it's okay for people to have not watched certain movies
No, I didn't
because
say,
they
no,
don't have
like
time.
I said,
they don't have
it's a
time.
strong recommendation. That's all it is. I'm not saying you have to. That's crazy.
An
talk.
aggressive recommendation.
Crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
A
Very
required
gr-
recommendation.
Strongly advised in your best interest.
So the argument that I would make is that there are certain films that are representative of the generational experience, right? So
and they enrich you.
the jokes and the situations and the characters represent generational experience. And that's where the list is derived from. That's the argument that I make.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm fine with that.
I'd agree with that.
And Stripes is right up that alley. Like that's
100%.
that's one of those perfect movies that defines like people as they're growing up. Like the jokes that you will say over and over again with your friends and your family and things like that. Like that's one of those things. Or like The Great Outdoors or like
Mhm.
all these type of movies, right? Like Uncle
Right.
Buck. Like I'm just naming John Candy
Great movies.
basically.
Yeah, I mean they're all good. Though.
I'm just going through John Candy's catalog.
Oh, yeah, just name will go down the list. All John Candy films.
Blues Brothers.
Home Alone. You just gotta have all these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah. Well, all right. So if there's like, all right, Danny, are there movies that we know that you have not watched? Like either that we quote or we mention from time to time. Anything that
I don't
comes to
think
the top
there's-
of your head.
I don't think there's anything else that I probably haven't seen.
Oh,
Like I've seen Casino. I know you guys like quote that
Yeah.
a billion
Oh
times.
yeah.
yeah.
That's a good movie. I've seen The Godfather. Like what,
One
what
and
else?
two?
What other movies? I haven't seen 2. I saw 1.
2 spectacular. Ignore 3 altogether.
Don't watch 3.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. What else would you suggest I watch?
Scarface.
I've seen Scarface, of course.
Goodfellas.
Oh,
Yeah, I've seen that.
oh
Okay.
that's so good.
So we're
I have
good
not
on.
seen. Don't think I've seen Goodfellas actually.
Oh my gosh.
Goodfellas
you
is
should-
good.
It's so good.
Goodfellas is great.
It was only recently actually that I saw Casino, like within the last 3 or 4 years or so,
But you've seen
and
parts
it was
of
entirely
Casino.
off of you guys' recommendation. And yeah, I had seen parts
Yeah.
before, but never the entire movie.
The
So-
full, yeah.
Also, I'd seen the movie, the satire movie. Shit, what was it called?
Mafia. It's called
Mafia. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That movie was
That's
fucking
hilarious.
hilarious. And I know that it was referencing movies like Casino
Oh,
that
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
haven't seen, but
Yeah.
I got the gist of what the movies were. based off of the satire. Like it was, it was so funny. Anyway, but yeah, I had a better appreciation for it after seeing Casino too, for sure. But you know,
I'm trying
Johnny,
to think.
you know the scene in Goodfellas, sort of in the beginning, where all the wise guys are like in the backyard or whatever, and they're grilling sausage and peppers and stuff.
Yeah, and they're going
We
around and explaining the nicknames.
Yeah, we should
Yeah.
recreate that in your backyard.
We could. We could. Yeah, we could. But also, like, I think like Goodfellas is a good one. Goodfellas is a good one just because, like, if you watch just Goodfellas and then afterwards you can watch Casino and not really Godfather because it predates it, but like especially The Sopranos, like a lot of the guys in Goodfellas ended up in those movies one way or another, like minor or major roles, and it just like it's a good tie-in.
Yeah, they got typecast.
Yeah, exactly. They did get typecast perfectly.
Sorry.
So yeah. So it's great. I'm trying to think, and then if you like, trying to think. So that's like your mob movies, and then if we're going to like, yeah, I mean, we could literally go off the rails here, just talking about comedies and action films and all. All right, everyone's seen T2, right?
Oh, come on.
Terminator. Yeah.
All right, perfect. So
yeah,
that's the
like-
prerequisite action film, I think, right? Matrix, Matrix
Point
probably
Break.
2, John Wick, Point Break,
The Town.
The Town,
The Town.
Departed.
is
Oh yeah.
Town
Almost
is a
a
good
perfect
one.
movie.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction's up there in terms of like action
Yes.
movies.
Mhm.
Well,
So I actually
it's different,
kind of
Yes.
different. Yeah.
but like that was a sort of a like revolutionary kind of thing that happened with Pulp Fiction
Yeah,
and Tarantino. It's kind of changed things.
and it made its own genre almost.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I think too for Quentin Tarantino, like if we're gonna talk strictly that, if you have to watch 4 of those films, and it's tough because they're all pretty good. Like for me, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I think that's one of my favorites.
Excellent. Yes.
I think the way Tarantino does everything, and then at the very end, like Tarantino makes a big thing about similar to old directors of like tying music in to really either build up or just create drama or suspense or thrill or everything. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, second to none. Then you got Inglourious Bastards, Reservoir Dogs, and Pulp Fiction, and like honorable mention is Django. But like for
Django's
me, it's
so
not in the
good,
top.
though.
For me, it's
Yeah.
not in the top 4 because I like Reservoir Dogs because it's like
Yeah.
a really good way to like do character building because it all takes them in separate components and builds it into the story as it's like live on the screen.
all
It's
5
similar
of
to Pulp
those,
Fiction.
All
Yeah.
5 of those
Yeah.
are phenomenal though. Just
Exactly.
They're so good.
Yeah. And that's like its own separate genre almost, which is
Yeah.
slick. So I mean, then you got like if we're talking Leo, you got like Shutter Island, Inception.
So
Those
okay,
two are
so
great. Yeah.
what we're really saying is the list is like a living document.
Of course,
It changes.
It's very long.
It changes daily. At
It
least.
changes based on the weather. I mean, like it kind of isn't really a list. It's more like
a concept.
it's more like an idea.
concept.
Yeah, a concept. Yes.
Yeah, it's a concept. It's what Bane says, give it back to the people, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's that. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Movies are pretty great, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Movies are
Sorry,
cool.
sorry, I sent you kind of off on a
Yeah,
tangent
movies are
there,
cool.
John.
It's fine. It's fine. That's what we're here for, dude.
Yeah.
You're fine. No worries
It's
at all.
okay. I'm
What are we
feel
gonna
like-
do?
I feel like
Talk
you guys
about
should know.
hockey?
I'm just glad that
Check
I'm
no
just
hockey.
glad that you felt comfortable enough to admit that. to
Yeah,
the
this
group.
is a safe
Like,
space,
yeah,
Daniel.
that's
I
good.
appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, no problem. It is a safe space. I'm glad you feel comfortable. You're seen and heard.
You have the talking pillow.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The conch. He has the conch.
Great line.
The-
Great line.
Time out for just a second while we hear about our sponsors. We'll be right back. Beers in the Lot and the Hockey Podcast Network is sponsored by BetterHelp. Comparison is the thief of joy, and perfection is the enemy of progress. BetterHelp's licensed therapists can help you focus on what you want without getting caught in an endless loop of envy and self-criticism so that you can start living your best life. Therapy isn't just for those who suffered trauma. With BetterHelp, you can learn many positive skills that will help you find your way to becoming the best version of yourself. So if you're considering therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's all online, so it's convenient and it's on your schedule. After a quick questionnaire, you'll get matched with a therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time. So stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/THPN today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/THPN.
You know the beautiful thing about being a sports fan? There's only like 2 days the whole year without a game. 2! With so much happening and so much action, that makes just about every day game day at DraftKings Sportsbook. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking a team to win. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, and place your first bet. It really couldn't be any easier. And if you're new to DraftKings, you gotta check this out. New customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-97777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligible restrictions apply. See terms and responsible gaming resources at dkng.co/base.
Pure Hockey has the best hockey equipment, accessories, and apparel on the market to take your game to the next level. Maybe it's time to ditch that old stick and start the year with a fresh twig. Maybe it's time to refresh your NHL wardrobe for the race to the playoffs. Pure Hockey has it all. Whether it's training aids, the latest sticks and skates, or your favorite team's gear, get your hockey shopping done at Pure Hockey and use our affiliate link at beersinthelot.com/pure hockey. Oh, we could talk about hockey. What was it? Some coach... Dean Evason, TBJ, yeah.
The little angry man.
Hey, easy with that.
He back.
There's nothing
3
wrong
more
with being
years.
a little dude. I like the fact he's angry. That makes me happy.
He always looks so
Well,
angry.
I was thinking about this. So like the division is now like, if you look at the Metro, like really combustible in terms of a head coaching thing. Because Brendamore can fly off the handle. Sully, Torts, Dean Evason, Travis Green, like all those guys. Like, I actually think there may be a prop from DraftKings coming at some point to like bet on a coaching fight. Like, I would love to see that. Like, it is an angry coaching division. We'll see what happens. So
So you think there's gonna be a lot of heated battles, huh?
maybe. Because you got to remember, usually something has to happen on the ice, and some of those teams I mentioned, I don't see jack shit out of them this year. So that's going to be the problem. I think, like, Dean Evason, his teams always compete, and in Minnesota, they always made the playoffs. So, like, Columbus, they'll probably compete and do well. I mean, unfortunately, I think last year, like, their season got derailed before it started with the Babcock shit. So, like, I think that team was destined to fail. Similar to the year, you know, when Waugh decided that he was just going to bail, you know, right before the season started, essentially. So, and he's with the Islanders now, obviously. So, like, it gets, you know, another hothead. So, yeah, there's a lot of guys in that division on the coaching side that'll be pretty fiery. So we'll see if it does anything to the division in terms of some of the fierce rivalries we see. But
the rivalries.
You got to compete. That's a big thing. Like, some of those teams, I don't.
Yeah, but within the division, right? Like, if you just take the division out of the context of the league, like, the division itself is very competitive within itself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Like it's, you know, those teams are beating the hell out of each other during the season, right? And I think like it affects them once they get the playoffs, but that's a whole other story.
And too, like historically, all those teams, they either have like long history or kind of, recent bad blood
Oh yeah.
where there's a little bit of venom there. Like, I mean, Islanders, Caps, Flyers, Pens, Devils, even all those teams kind of go at it. Rangers too, throw them in there. Like, those are all teams historically that,
Well, the Rangers
know,
completely
go
changed
ahead.
their roster construction based off of one player.
yeah, true.
So
Yeah. That Tom Wilson is a menace. I'm so upset. The Rangers organization is so upset for what we've seen of the league and Tom Wilson. Like, get out of here. Ugh. I still think it's hilarious they issued a statement. It's comical. It's comical. Just to do that, like I'm sorry, that took a lot of stones to release to the public, because I'm sure there's a ton of like statements, letters, notes that get sent to the league after certain games or certain stretches of games, like, and the league just, they don't release it. It's not their business. But when a team takes the extra step to release that letter, it's just like, it's, maybe they see it as a safe space too. They want to do it, like they think it's funny. Like the Pens, when they wrote that letter, we've talked about it on here and mentioned it throughout the years. Like, they were employing Matt Cook. Something happened. I forget exactly the incident, but like something happened to them, and they're like, "This is an outrage that the league would allow this to happen." It's like, wait, Matt Cook was suspended like 3 times in the last like 90, like consecutive 90 games. Like, oh, not good. But it's just, it's NHL organizations. They have, they got P&Ls they got to worry about. They're not always concerned with their on-ice product. So, and now they got Matt Rempe. I mean, look at the kid just working in the off season to get better with his hands, worse on his feet. I commend it.
Oh, good Lord.
It's a master class in regression. I mean, progression, however you want to word it. Yeah. But, unless he like opens like opening night, if he goes out and does a Gordie Howe hat trick, then I'll be like, whoa, like kid improved.
Dude,
but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, I don't think so. And I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like New York has mishandled him already, and not even his first full year, so whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, he came up like midway through the season, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, he came up and he got on that fourth line, and all of a sudden Barclay Goodrow and the other guy were relevant because Matt Rempe can actually play hockey. Because he can actually play hockey. Like they were actually like getting scoring chances and not getting eaten up in possession.
Yeah.
And they were kind of tilting the ice back the other way. But he's, 6'8" or whatever he is, and a big dumb kid, and I guess he needs to fight. So he has to fight every night. And his face looked like hamburger for 2.5 weeks because
it looked
he
like
gets fed when he fights because he's not
Do you
good at
remember,
fighting.
do you remember the movie Beer Fest? Do you remember that? Do you remember after the guy?
Absolutely.
I forget
That's
the
on the
character.
list, bro.
It is, but I forget the guy in the movie who gets socked in the face by the German, and then leading up to it every day, he takes the door and hits the doorknob into his eye.
Yeah.
So like he's like, I want to keep it until the day of. Yeah. It's like that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Rempe's doing in the off season. He's like, I want to feel like
slamming his face in the door.
Yeah, it's slamming.
Gotta keep the wound fresh.
Yeah, keep the wound fresh. Chicks dig scars.
So what do you guys think? Is there any free agents still out there that might find a place?
I have no idea.
I was asking. I know. It was more of a question towards John.
I know. I'm just just trying to be part of the show, Danny.
I know.
Yeah.
Shut up, Riggs. It's John's turn.
No. Actually, there was something. Friedman reported on it. Like they have that It's like essentially like live golf.
I'm gonna go
Like
get another beer.
that's the rumor. It's like live golf, but for 3-on-3 ice hockey, which is kind of wild because like I guess they see that working. I don't know, but like apparently I heard Phil Kessel did check that out, and the league would kind of like by putting their name, hypothetically, of course, if they were to like attach their name to it with Phil, like you get a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, American, good guy. Plays hard, loves the game.
Tries hard, loves the game.
Tries hard, loves the game. Yeah, like attach his name to it. But I mean, they did the 3 ice thing a little while ago, which they had some fans at some of the AHL and East Coast arenas they went to, which is great because they did it in the off season for the pro NHL. So 3-on-3, like it only gets me so excited. It doesn't move the needle for me, but for some, maybe it does, maybe.
I mean, I like playing 3-on-3 with my buds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half ice.
We need to get
I
ice
don't want.
again.
I don't want to go all the way.
No, I'll talk about Whitey's Pond.
Oh yeah, the outdoor rink.
Yeah.
That is fun. That's good stuff. Good times.
That's what we need right now.
I do need to get on the ice. It's been a while. It's been over a month for me. It's too long. Yeah, get on the ice. I might go to stick and shoot. Actually, it's been so long. The Northern Frederick Centre de Entraînement is just not cutting it. It's not cutting it for me.
That's awesome. Why isn't it cutting it, Aaron? Do you think because the center isn't conducting the right training tactics for your game improvement? What's going on?
That's got to be it. I mean, it's all upper body. There's no ice. I can't skate.
You get an assault bike
such a big aspect of the game.
Oh wait, you have a Peloton. Not gonna use that.
Yeah, but that's
Didn't
not
think so.
skating. That's not skating. That's just conditioning. I want to skate.
But wait,
A
have
better
you
way
tried
to
to condition?
condition than
Yeah,
skate.
yeah.
No, I have not tried to skate on the concrete in my basement. I have not tried that. Maybe I should. Maybe if I get good at skating on concrete, it'll help my game. Is that what you're implying?
Well, no, I was
I
saying
can
more
just
just
sharpen
use the
my
Peloton
skates
a
after
little
I'm
bit.
done with my sharpener. now.
Yeah, you could.
Now that it's plugged in.
Yes, now that it is plugged in, Daniel. Thank you.
Danny, weren't you trying to get you were trying to get us to move like a shuffleboard or some shit?
Yeah, I gave up. I'm like, dude, nobody wants to move that.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I think it does come in half. I think.
Right.
Shuffleboard?
So
Yeah, 'cause
the
the wood-
shuffleboard,
Yeah.
the playing surface doesn't, but the table does.
The table does. The playing
Yeah,
surface is a
but
full
it's an
20 feet.
18-foot
Then.
table, so it's like
Good Lord.
So it's probably
Yeah.
like a 16
It's heavy
foot
as
because I
shit.
think there's like a foot gap, right?
Yeah, we'll
Like a
help.
foot
We'll
gap.
help.
I just gave up. I was like, yeah, nobody's moving that.
We'll help you move it, and we're gonna dump it right over the bridge on 340 into the Potomac River.
Yeah, yeah.
Where it belongs.
Hey, come on. Shuffleboard's blast.
So
I
I
love
guess-
that.
so I guess
Shuffleboard's
Riggs is out.
great. Shuffleboard's great when it's at an establishment. It doesn't have to be moved into somebody's house. It's great.
Houses are establishment. They're established.
Let's not,
I mean, that's basically what some of the establishments that we went to were. in
True story.
Johnstown.
True story.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Gosh.
Is this
Nah, I-
somebody's house? No, it's the bar. Go in.
Well, yes, but it's also the bar.
But it's also the bar. Just open the
Yeah.
front door and walk in. You walk
Yeah.
in. Yep, it's a bar.
All right.
Gosh.
I'm in the living room right now. No, you're not. You're in the bar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
My living room is your bar.
What a place. What a
What a
Man.
time to be alive, man.
wow.
What an experience. I'm jealous. You guys getting to go to Johnstown this year. Wish I could go.
Plans are coming together. Captain Johnny is getting the boys together.
Yeah.
Roster's
Looks like it's
almost
gonna be a-
full.
Yeah, good little squad this year.
Yep.
We
if
see it
we're-
every year. Like you're gonna be worried about winning. You have to play
keep
on
saying
Sunday,
that. We
but
do the same
we
thing
never
every year.
have that happen.
If we don't self-sabotage, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you removed all the alcohol from from Cambria County, then maybe our group would win.
Ooh,
No, we wouldn't.
But we
wouldn't
wouldn't
win.
go.
Yeah.
Right. We wouldn't
Well,
win
yeah,
because
we
we
would-
wouldn't go. I'm only there for the cheap Miller Lights.
I'll take 20 Miller Lights. That'll be $25. What?
25.
That's a little steep.
That where were you?
I was
You
in a
must have
nice
been-
establishment up the
You
hill.
eating at the
You you
Holiday Inn bar?
You're right. You must have been at the hotel bar.
All right. Well, you made it to the outro. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We always enjoy making them. And if you did enjoy it, please give us a subscribe, a like, a follow, a rating, a review. Any engagement at all helps us out if you got a second for it. But either way, we appreciate your listen and we hope you'll join us again next week. Our new episodes drop on Wednesday. So until then, we'll see you.